Hi everyone, how are you? Shall we keep on talking about innovation? I would like to welcome the CEO of Tetra Pak Brazil, a multinational company in the food packaging industry. Welcome, Marcelo Queiroz. What a pleasure to welcome you in our festival. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. It's my pleasure. Thank you very much for the invitation. It's an honor to be part of this event.
Marcelo, we know Tetra Pak is known for its operational excellence, a company that has been in the business for 70 years globally and in Brazil for more than 60 years, and is a reference for several organizations, including our clubbing. Can you say a few words about the relevance of this strategic pillar for current local operations?
Operational excellence is a concept used by companies to improve quality and productivity in their processes, and continuous improvement is part of this approach. Every company chooses their own methodology. At Tetra Pak, we have a very clear purpose worldwide to protect food and bringing it safely to all places in the planet. The focus on quality and sustainability are very strong in the culture of the company. 23 years ago, we decided to adopt the Japanese methodology, Total Productivity Manufacturing, TPM, which focuses on quality and level of services, diminishing losses. Our company has an extended concept of that concept, which is the WCM, World Class Manufacturing. For us, this philosophy is not only in theory, it is to extend the way we produce and how we act together with the teams to strive for operational excellence. And it requires a lot of investment and a lot of training, a lot of discipline. But in the long run, you see outstanding results, and the process feeds itself. There is a lot of acknowledgement to employees. Employees feel proud of working for this company. With digital technologies linked with the Industry 4.0, this can be used in a more intelligent way and in a more proactive way, reducing errors and increasing the efficiency of manufacturing. And we adopt that worldwide, especially in Brazil.
Tell us about the major challenges you face in factory operations and how to overcome each one of them.
Well, Tetra Pak has a commitment to protect what is good, including food and people in the world. Our first challenge is safety and security, both mental and physical. This is a priority for me. Another point which is very relevant is cost reduction. This is present in our everyday life, especially in a scenario of high prices of materials. Quality is also very important. Consumers are more and more demanding in times of instant information. The tolerance with nonconformity is very low. It took us 70 years to build a reputation. We cannot ruin it in a few minutes. Product diversity, because continuous improvement helps us pivot errors before they happen, which is key from the consumption and from the conception and development of products to the manufacturing. And sustainability is very important. The international methodologies I mentioned have a lot to contribute in terms of reducing water consumption, energy consumption, and also to improve the safety and health of employees. This results in more motivation, more engagement, and that sense of ownership. You work in a place that takes care of you.
You have just alluded to this Japanese method known as TPM, which is widely used in Tetra Pak's factories. What improvements and positive results have already been achieved with this application?
We started 23 years ago when I got to the company, maybe it was a coincidence, to use this methodology, and it is used in more than 50 units in the world, in more than 170 countries, including the two plants in Brazil. The biggest advantage is when you close gaps, there are there are cultural differences around the culture, also differences in infrastructure, economic differences, and others. The continuous improvement processes allows the process or the transfer of knowledge among plants in Europe, Latin America, and in this journey, we reduce a lot of losses in our plants around the world. And it is important not only from the perspective of productivity, but also for the economy. When we assume our commitment with the environment, it is very important. Our plants in Brazil are among the most advanced in the world with this methodology. For you to have an idea, in 10 years, with this continuous improvement process, we could reduce 50% of losses in our plants, which means hours and hours of reworking and tons of material wasted, which brings our plants to a global level, and this acts a lot in the emotional health of employees. They want to do more, they want to contribute more, and it translates in more and more improvement.
You talked about the effects of the TPM method within the company. How about the impact for customers, the positive results?
As it brought results over the years, we started working together with our customers and suppliers so we could have this synergy. We have this long term culture, the culture of partnership. We focus a lot on the positive agenda where we improve together the aspect of production so we deliver more to our customers. The methodology improved along the years, and we detected that our customers had their difficulties as well, especially when you open new factories, when you have new meetings. You need to have this replicability, and it's hard if you don't have a well defined process. We started to deliver services as well, so we don't deliver only packings, we deliver the equipment to our customers as well, and we started acting as a services provider, and the TPM is part of our services portfolio. We brought that to our clients in order to help them close the gaps. Closing a gap is when you are far from the level of productivity and you see the opportunities to improve. You want to bring clients to the global productivity level. This is a great challenge, and the methodology helps that a lot to have that knowledge and close gaps.
Even though it's a technology aimed at achieving excellence, I imagine it does not eliminate all bottlenecks in an industrial operation. What could you tell us about the next step for those who are already using this method?
I think some things go together with technology. And the first thing is planning. I'm a very organized person, and at Tetra Pak, I see a lot of room to work this in a structured way. It has a Nordic origin, so there's this Nordic tradition, and this goes always hand in hand with improvement, continuous improvement. You need to know where you want to get. Associating resilience and the capacity of innovation of resilient people with the capacity to plan and to have discipline in the continuous improvement process makes us professionals with a lot of differential. And also the available technologies, digitalization, Industry 4.0 are allies of these programs, planning, process, people, and now technology allows technology to reduce losses. Things that were more difficult without technology, they can be accelerated. We have sensors and devices connected to the cloud, which allows for corrections before the error occurs, and clients leave the management of the plant to Tetra Pak, which generates in millions of in cost reduction. With the pandemic, we used the technology and the methodology to monitor performance online, helping clients see or solve problems in their plants in a remote way, reducing the need to travel, reducing the possibility of contamination. So this is technology helping the processes of people. They anticipate problems instead of correcting them.
Marcelo, bearing in mind your wide experience and the knowledge you have accumulated in the industry, what tips or attitudes could you suggest for managers in the industry to achieve the operational excellence they aspire to?
If you allow, I would like to give a personal testimony, which is continuous improvement in the core. I was in Sweden in 1999, and I had a colleague that would park his car far from the gate. After a few doses of their liquor, of their spirits, I took the freedom to ask him, why do you park so far and have to walk to work? And he said, yeah, I understand you. I do that because people who come later than myself have less time to get to the office. Continuous improvement is about that. It's something that requires you to think of other people, that everybody can climb steps and get to a common good. Operational excellence depends on capacity building, on the ownership of people. If you don't educate your employees and don't give them autonomy, you're dead. It is necessary to have the support of management, of leadership, and that people get engaged. Our factories are a reference at Tetra Pak because of our discipline and our capacity building. This makes the rotation lower. We have an average in Brazil of people spending 20 years in the company. This is a virtuous circle. You give training to people, you encourage promotions, you encourage that people improve together. So people will be engaged because at the end of the day, do your part is a good way for you to advance in your trajectory, and this becomes really a virtuous circle.
And this spirit, the Swedish Schweppes, is it really good? I'm not convinced.
It's strong. You shouldn't have a lot of it.
Marcelo, I would like to introduce three of Klabin's representatives who have some questions for you. Silvana Sommer from the Technology Center, Julio Nogueira from Sustainability and Environment, and Francisco Quadrado from the Commercial Area. Welcome to our panel. Wave at me, please. Great, you're all connected. The first question is from Julio. Go ahead, Julio.
Tudo bem, Marcelo?
Hi, Marcelo, how are you? Good, how
A
are
Klabin
you?
é uma das fornecedoras da
Klabin
Tetra
is one
e
of Tetra
concorre com
Pak's
diversas outras
suppliers,
grandes
and
empresas
other
do primeiro
big
mundo.
companies in the first
Comparando o
world
nosso
are
desempenho em
our
sustentabilidade
competitors.
com
Comparing
as
our
demais
performance in sustainability
fornecedoras
with the
e
other
também com relação às
suppliers and
metas
also
sustentabilidade da Tetra Pak,
about the
onde nós deveríamos
sustainability
focar
goals
mais
at
as
Tetra
nossas
Pak, where
iniciativas,
should we focus
pensando
our
em
initiatives
melhorar o
more?
nosso desempenho
Striving
socioambiental
for
e
social
também
environmental
pensando em contribuir com o
performance
atendimento
and
das
also
metas da Tetra
contributing
Pak.
to the goals of Tetra
Júlio,
Pak.
esse é um tema que eu gosto muito, é uma das
Julio, I love this topic, and this is one of the things that made me stay in the company. Our principles are very similar. And Klabin is one of the biggest players in sustainability, and my expectation is that we continue improving our packing towards renewable and recyclable packing. We want to have this contribution with innovations and solutions so that we have paper fiber packing with recyclable content. And we would like to see Klabin in Brazil as one of the biggest recyclers of our packings. We have very aggressive recycling goals in Brazil. I'm convinced that Klabin is a great partner, is a great player. I'm convinced that Klabin will have a great contribution for us to achieve our goals of neutralizing carbon until 2050.
Very good. I'd like to hand it over to Francisco now.
Marcelo.
Hello, Marcelo. Hey, how are you? It is an honor to be at Innova Klabin Festival with you. Tetra Pak is a giant, is a market leader. Obviously, it wasn't like that in the beginning. It probably started as a startup with that innovative idea that ended up transforming markets, allowing for this product to be sold, produced and sold very far from the dairy farm. So it emerged from innovation. It has the DNA of innovation in its veins. How do you address innovation at Tetra Pak? I know that Tetra Pak has development centers together with clients and suppliers using co-creation in order to develop innovative solutions for the market. Could you tell a bit about your experience? Yeah, I'm passionate about this topic. Our business was built around innovation. This is something that boosts our growth in the whole value chain. We created the first package that allowed for the preservation of beverage in a very innovative way. And we have a very strong research and development center. It wasn't like that. It wasn't always like that. The world has changed so fast. Sometimes we innovate from inside out. What Rubenhauser, our founder, did was the outside-in innovation. You look at your client's demand and you develop the product accordingly. Many people have an invention, create a product and think, well, people will love that. We should go back to our roots. We should go back to that culture of co-creating, of developing partnerships. No person can develop things on their own.
a inovação. Então, desde 2017,
Since
nós contamos com um centro de inovação
2017,
com cliente
we have
localizado
the
aqui em Montevideo,
Innovation Center with the clients near Campinas. It's the fourth in the world, and it has to do with that operational excellence I was mentioning, that you standardize the way of working, and we have a culture to provoke the industry to understand the pains of the clients and to understand the needs of consumers. We are ready to co-create in that center, and it is wonderful to see how products emerged from co-creation. Innovating is really a journey. It should be in the daily lives of people. It is a strategic pillar at Tetra Pak, and we have actions involving different areas, different levels in order to achieve these goals. The mindset should be beyond leadership. People should live that daily.
Silvana now has a question for Marcelo. Right, Silvana? Yes. How are you, Marcelo? It's a pleasure to meet you, and it's good to be here on behalf of the Technology Center. We have listened carefully to your conversation with Rosana about the importance of operational excellence in Tetra Pak's activities. And sort of piggybacking on Quadrado's question, you are present all over the world with different needs and development demands. So how does operational excellence can contribute or help to expand projects globally through prioritization, for instance? I'd like you to say a few words about how to combine innovation and excellence.
This is a crucial question. What I see a lot in the market is that companies start as startups, businesses that start in big companies, but they have a hard time to replicate that. I see very successful clients that when they open a new factory, they lose on efficiency, some things like that. So continuous improvement has a fundamental role to facilitate and contribute to innovation in the company. We have a pillar which is early management. This pillar is about methodologies that guarantee the introduction or planned manufacturing of a new product, of a new process, new equipment, or even a new industrial plant, reducing risks and the possibility of errors. Learning from the experience around the world and including that in a software or process, trying to make mistakes but anticipating errors, anticipating the learnings from errors. The success rate is much higher. Of course, we will make mistakes, but the knowledge of people, the process, technology will help you reduce the rate of errors and will allow you to innovate more.
Silvana, Julio, Francisco, thank you very much for your participation in our panel with thought-provoking questions that truly enriched Marcelo's words. Marcelo, thank you very much. It was a great conversation, and we could spend hours talking about all of these sustainable initiatives and discussing Tetra Pak's concern with innovation, the core topic of our festival. It was great being with you, and until next time, bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Very good. Shall we keep on talking about innovation? So don't go away, because I will be right back with more interesting and inspiring conversations. See you shortly.